And she writes, "Hey, Michael, wondering if we might interest you in a piece by Amber Heard, who, as you may recall, was beaten up during her brief marriage to Johnny Depp. Robin, her lawyers omitted the below, but Amber would love to see a way to have that part in bold somehow put back in. Is there an artful way to do that? 2 years ago, I sought a temporary restraining order from my then husband. Ms. Heard pushed to get that excised material back in."
The ACLU helped Amber Heard draft the Washington Post article accusing Johnny Depp of abuse after the organization was promised a $3.5 million donation from her divorce, though at least $500,000 of it eventually came from a fund connected to Tesla founder Elon Musk. As you may be aware, Depp eventually won the case, which Amber refuted and filed for an appeal. Unfortunately for her, in her appeal, some of her claims contradict what the ACLU had told the court. In the appeal, the Justice League star claims she removed all references referring to Depp in her op-ed, a statement that sharply contradicts what the drafters of the op-ed believe. In her prior emails sent to the organization, it is clear that Amber wanted more than just educating the masses. In fact, she said the piece eventually published by the Washington Post only mattered if it was about Johnny Depp. On day 11 of the trial, the ACLU claimed the article was written internally, with the timing of the pitch carefully planned around the release of Aquaman, Amber's upcoming film at the time. Email correspondence showed that Robin Schulman, a communications strategist within the ACLU, wrote the first draft of the op-ed in November 2018. Following that, Amber's legal team is said to have made changes to avoid any obvious incrimination against Depp, but a later revelation proved otherwise. Terrence Doherty, general counsel and COO of the ACLU, also testified about the back-and-forth correspondence which took place while settling on a final draft. He claimed that Amber pushed to have more details of her marriage to Depp included and was looking to have a deleted passage restored. In her appeal, the mother of one claimed that Depp failed to prove by clear and convincing evidence that she was aware of and intended to communicate the alleged defamatory implications. But by what the op-ed's drafters said, it is clear that Amber is lying in her appeal. The ACLU statement aside, Amber herself had a slip of the tongue in between intense cross-examination by Camille Vasquez that exposed her lies to the jury and the entire courtroom. The Aquaman star, in between her 30-minute session with Depp's lawyer, confessed that she wrote the 2018 op-ed in Washington Post for her ex-husband. In the article, she identified herself as a victim of domestic abuse. The only one making the op-ed about Johnny is ironically Johnny, she said during the trial. But while under intense cross-examination, the Justice League star was asked if she expected witnesses like Depp's former partner Kate Moss or Hicksville Trailer Palace owner Morgan Knight to speak in favor of Depp. Amber replied, "Incorrect. I've already been through trial with this man. I know how many people will come out in support of him." She continued, "I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him. That's his power. That's why I wrote the op-ed. I was speaking to that phenomenon about how many people will come out in support of him and will fall to his power. He is a very powerful man, and people love currying favor with powerful men." So yes, her own statement, plus the affirmation from the ACLU, clearly proves that Amber wrote the op-ed to frame Depp and that her appeal is doomed to fail. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye!